broadcasting from Mabula, Kuwait. This is the Me and Larry reality video show LTL editorial news for October 19, 2009. Hey, LTL been off for a while. Hey, I hope you digested well from October 11th. If not, I'll send you the video. I want to make sure everybody from President Barack Obama on down get the information that LTL was trying to educate the people on, especially in the United States, from the last weekend review, October 11th, which is called LTL is Bashing America with the Truth, based on the four systems that I was talking about. Yes, I'll go over that in a second. But LTL educational news is now on the air telling you what's going on. And I'm trying to now address Mr. Duke Powell. I like him, and I like his editorial news. I guess he's trying to follow up what I do. Well, it doesn't matter who follow who, just as long as we work together on what we can accomplish together. But LTL want to address Duke Powell on the story of the 6-year-old. Okay, you know, Colorado, you know, you get a lot of stories, you know, of course, from the Columbine, yes, to the Ramses, yes, and then what going on with my job, the subcontractor to the contractor down there, who, well, you know, Fort Carson, yeah, that's the place. Going down there, and what's going on, of course, is the 6-year-old boy, and the story of what happened, that they said he was in the balloon. It was released. They called, the parents called, said my 6-year-old boy is in the balloon. It took off, knowing that the 6-year-old boy went into the attic, and everybody was on the lookout. Police officers in the lookout. Everybody's on the lookout. You know, you got the Air Force on the lookout. You know, it's Colorado's over there in the Air Force area, of course. So as LTL is just looking on, it was Fort Collins, and that's where, you know, my subcontractor from the contractor is having problems. They was out of there. Good thing they out of there, because who want to be put up with situation like that? And then they had to check on one of those balloons that looked like a spaceship and all that. But anyway, the key thing was they was doing this for publicity, for a stunt. Come on, okay. Everybody's saying, come on, you know, everybody, you know, they was feeling sorry for the 6-year-old boy. And then when the 6-year-old boy gave the truth on Larry King Live, you know, Larry King wants the big topic of the day and everything else. But when the truth was known, it shut down a lot of people. They're like, ooh. But let me address that to you. America, along with you, Duke Powell, the reason why, as I said before last week, because we're going over the system, which is socialism, communism, and capitalism. Now, in this case, with the parent, they want to do a little scheming. And of course, they did a little reality show called House Swapping, you know, swapping houses with, you know, wherever, you know, it was kind of sickling, you know, freaky sickling. But the key thing was he's trying to gain on this capitalism so he can get some money. so he don't have to fall under this socialism. And of course, communism, that of course he may be owing money, and you have watchdogs like a IRS or, you know, a collection agency that is hounding over him. So the parent, what do the parents got to do? They do a lot of scheming. And I told you this last week, there was going to be a lot of scheming, a lot of plans, a lot of dirty dealings that they're trying to gain for this capital, so they don't be under that control of the policy in America. So what's happening is, of course, let me give you a little bit of something else, Duke Powell, about the economics. And I told you about China, who had economic power. Just this week, they are helping out Africa, some parts of Africa, the poor Africa, in order for Africa to be partnership with them. And they are doing that. And also, they are still pumping oil in Iraq. And this is the place where U.S. soldiers went out there. They died because from a thought of what everybody thought it was the weapon of mass destruction. Bush wanted to send his man out there, the people, troops and everything out there. Yeah, it's mission accomplished, but there was sacrifice of over 4,000 soldiers, and that disturbs me. Well, what for? Economic reasons. There you go. Now let's tie this up to the 6-year-old boy and his parents. Really, it's not the 6-year-old boy, it's the parents. It's the parents who want this economics. There's parents who want to scheme so they don't have to fall under these socialism program and have these watchdogs of the communism of IRS and the connection agencies to hover over them. That's why LTL is out in Kuwait, been out in Iraq, so he don't have to owe these, I could call them criminals, but they are not exactly criminals, but they are criminals because they trying to do it capitalistic way to pay off, guess what? Institutionalism, which is dealing with the banking institution, the replenish. And so how many people had to pay for it? A lot. Taxpayers, everybody, to replenish the money back in the banking institutions. And that's what it is. And I'm going to continue on with this, part 2 of it, and I'll be back on the LTL, Editorial News, LTL, Educational News for you. Especially you, Mr. Duke Powell.